Hi, I'm Alice Ashton and I'm one of the volunteers on Growing Newbury Green, and I came and moved into Newbury 2 years ago, and I take part in planting and looking after the orchards locally. This project here, which is at City Rec in Newbury, is one of the community orchards. There are 5 in total in Newbury. The first of which was planted in March 2012, and this one was planted in March 2013. And the ethos of Growing Newbury Green and the community orchards is really a project to create free food for the community and also involve the community. So the easiest place to start was with orchards, and there was a partnership with Newbury Town Council to find land and plant orchards. This one is one of the older ones, as you can see, and also to involve the community. So members of the community get involved in organising events, but also now increasingly in maintaining the orchards, which usually involves pruning them and looking for signs of disease. Usually we do that over the winter or in early spring. And then of course, one of the lovely things now these orchards are 8 years on, is that they're cropping really well. And the idea is to provide food for the community. The second part of what we do is also edible crops, and we created shopping trolleys for Newbury in Bloom in 2015 to 2018. Those were put near the station and library to show off edible crops and promote people growing their own food. And there's an edible crop border at Loch Island, which is open to anyone in the community to help themselves to the food that is grown there. So right here we've got the orchard, which originally had 17 trees. One of them died, so we now have 16. And the idea was, where possible, to choose either local varieties or varieties that are much older. A couple of the local varieties that we have here are Granny Shan and Breeden Pippin. And the orchard also has several of the much older varieties of apple trees like Lord Lambourne, Egremont Russet, Blenheim Orange and James Green. Some of the things that have been achieved are promoting the community, getting involved in growing their own food, getting involved in being able to pick the apples from the trees or grow edible crops. But the other thing is, why I particularly joined this project, it's about being part of the community. So being part of a group that comes together to occasionally look after these trees feels like it creates connection and friendship. And another achievement is one of the earliest members of the group was really keen to promote growing wildflowers, and you'll see there's wildflowers here under the trees, and that was part of the setup of the project, and also maintaining borders around Newbury. And it's delightful to see how in recent years there have been more and more wildflower projects on roundabouts, on borders and other orchards and park areas around Newbury.
So I'm James, I work for Newbury Town Council, and I work on the Newbury in Bloom and Britain in Bloom initiatives through what I do with the council. This is a Wildflower Meadow that was put in 2 years ago in City Recreation Ground. Every year we come and cut the meadow with local volunteers. Newbury in Bloom runs many volunteer days. We do tree plantings in various places across the town, the wildflower meadows, herb garden planting. We've also been involved with the design and development of the NHS Memorial Garden and look for developing different areas within the town to make them better for the population of Newbury.